Hello everybody, and welcome to another Vintage Cube video. We are in the waning hours of this iteration of Vintage Cube. Currently in 4th place in the trophy race. We have 27, someone has 29. Hopefully we can close the gap, and we have a pretty good start here with a Mox Emerald. Definitely the worst Mox by a wide margin, but a Mox is a Mox, can't really complain. Outside of that, I think either of these or any of these 3 lands are first pickable. Some people, one person commented recently that they don't like the triomes. I completely disagree. I think the triomes are amazing. I would play like even 5 in some decks. They really solidify the mana, and the fact that they're so fetchable by pretty much any fetch is awesome. Layla's incredible. I think that is what I would take actually if there's no Mox. Sword Splasher is also quite strong. Skyclave Apparition, Finhorn Elves, but we will be taking the Mox. Okay. Mox Emerald is actually not at its best in green decks. All of the other Moxen kind of draw you towards that color, but Mox Emerald actually pushes me away from green, so I'm not really considering any of those cards. I think I like just taking the Karn here. This is a kind of weak pack. Brazen Borrower is fine, Council's Judgment is fine, Night's Whisper is fine, but nothing is extraordinary, and Karn is both good with the Mox, because Mox lets you cast Karn faster, and then it makes the constructs bigger. And if we get Signets, that enables extremely powerful turn 2 of turn 1 land Mox Signet, turn 2 Karn Sign of Urza, and that will win pretty much any game. That's a really, really strong start. Yeah, I'll take this card. Okay. Still nothing that really draws me towards picking a certain color. The best colored spell in this pack is Seasoned Pyromancer, and this card is really good, but I think I like just taking the Basalt Monolith here. We're already looking like a deck that's going to be interested in artifacts to some extent. Artifact mana, certainly. Yeah, that seems good. Dismember is also very flexible removal. Pretty much any deck will play this card, and especially if we're like mono blue artifacts, then having access to a 1-mana spot removal spell is excellent, but I think Basalt Monolith is both a little bit better for the deck and also better signaling-wise. If people are seeing a really late Basalt Monolith, they might think that Artifacts is open and move in that direction, and we do not want to encourage them to do so. So we'll take the Monolith. There's a Sundering Titan, so we could just go all in on the Artifact stuff. Also a Thieving Skydiver, but Sundering Titan is really backbreaking against a lot of decks, and if we're mono-colored, like close to mono-brown, then this card is really good. Yeah, I like Thieving Skydiver a lot, but let's take the Titan here. We're still not even committed to any colors. We're going to need to take a colored card now. I don't think we're taking Copter. That's not really what this deck is about. That's a late Noble Hierarch, so we could take that. Also Xander's Lounge, but I think I'll take the Hierarch here. We've passed a lot of Mana Elves, so I'm not looking to move towards like a sort of mono-green Crater Hoof type deck, but a few more accelerants that are green can help out if we're trying to be a big mana deck of some sort. Also, the fact that this adds blue mana is nice. The other consideration would be Xander's Lounge, but I think I like taking the Hierarch here. Okay, now we have... That's a really late Thoughtseize, which is a good card. We could take Orzhov's Signet, Relic of Progenitus, or Glen. I think I'm just going to take the Signet, though, actually. I love Glen. This card's really strong, but we're not committed to blue right now. And we are committed to making a lot of mana. And I think Orzhov's Signet is pretty good for that. It's pretty unlikely we play black or white. We could splash white for balance, but just having a critical density of artifact mana is really important for these sorts of decks. So we'll take that. Okay. Late Grist. That card's good. A lot of white stuff that doesn't seem very good for us. I don't think we're a Field of the Dead deck. Yeah, this pack is pretty bad. We could take Show and Tell to put Sundering Titan into play, but that's kind of meh. I guess we could take Grist. Sure, I'll take the Grist. The alternative is just taking Recruiter of the Guard and just seeing if we get like Palace Jailer or some really nice value plays like that, but I'll take the Grist. Playing Grist early because of Mox Emerald is nice. Ooh, well, now we get some stuff that doesn't really go with the artifact start, but Uro and Leovold. So Sultai is looking open. I think I will take the Leovold here. Yeah, we'll take a late Leovold. Okay, Finhorn Elves Wield. Also Rafine's Tower, but this is excellent. So, still don't know. I mean, Southern Titan is awkward if we're playing 3 colors, but I just want to see what is open. It seems like green is pretty open, and we have a lot of ways to make mana, and we'll just see where we can go from there. A weird start, but I think it's pretty powerful. Now we get Knight's Whisper. We could take one of these artifacts, but they seem kind of weak. Not really an exploration deck. Yeah, I'll take a Knight's Whisper. Pretty good card draw, and if we're not playing much blue, then having black card draw is pretty important. So what are we looking for in pack 2? It's kind of too early to know. There's still 2 directions we could go. One is the artifact direction, where we try to take like Karn, Mirror Battlesphere, and a bunch more signets. And the other direction is a little bit more of a traditional Sultai deck, where we're playing like removal spells. We did pass that late Thoughtseize, but removal spells, planeswalkers, things like that. Obviously, Basalt Monolith and Leovold are not exactly a combo. So there's some tension there, but I still think this is a pretty good start. I think we take Life from the Loam here. We're not really going to be a Kogla deck, I think. It's an okay payoff, but not that good. And Loam can be pretty solid if we get a couple fetch lands. Ooh. Thieving Skydiver Wield. That's not something you see very often. Pretty happy to see that. So, Sultai does seem like a pretty open color combination. Okay, there's a Savannah, but I don't think we're playing that, so we'll take the removal spell. Now Thragtusk. Alright, still a lot of directions we could go. The fact that every single card is somewhat in our colors is good. Although, I guess we don't have any fixing to speak of, so some of these Sultai cards could be tough to cast. We'll either need to pick up a lot of fixing later in the pack, or pick between green-black and green-blue. I think we're pretty likely to be playing green either way. But we're not even really committed to that. Alright, last pick, Skyclave Shade. What do we want here? There's no big mana stuff. We should probably just take the Breeding Pool. I think we're pretty likely to be playing both blue and green. Chart of Course is decent card draw. There's Llanowar Elves. But yeah, let's take the Breeding Pool. Alright, a few options here. Both of these lands are pretty strong. I think I would take Library over Wasteland in this deck if we have a lot of mana. Assassin's Trophy is a consideration if we're playing Sultai. Probe is just going to be good in every deck, but I think we'll take a Library here. Sure. Alright, a bit of a decision point here. Like, we need to decide if we're going to go for the Sultai thing and take Utopia Sprawl or go for the big mana. I kind of like taking the Thran Dynamo here. We don't have a ton of payoffs yet, but it's definitely higher upside. Utopia Sprawl is decent. But if we have Basalt Monolith and Thran Dynamo, then we can take future, like, Ugin, Karn type stuff. I think that's a little bit better than Utopia Sprawl. It is close. Like, hopefully one of these green cards comes around. But we just don't have the fixing at all for Sultai, so I don't think we can be a hardcore Sultai deck, really. Yeah, let's take the Thran Dynamo here. Close pick, but I think the artifact stuff we have going on is just a little bit stronger. Now we get Karn, that's perfect. If we were doing Sultai, we would take Darkslick Shores, but pretty easy Karn here. I think this is the stronger deck if we can get the acceleration for it. Now we can take Waterlogged Grove or Narset. So one option is just to cut black. How does it look if we run it like this? Narset would be pretty good. We don't have that much card draw, and we do have a lot of non-creature spells. Waterlogged Grove is decent fixing, but I think I will take the Narset here. I guess we have some mana dorks. It's close. Yeah, I think I like taking the Narset. We need some card draw. We don't have any card draw yet. Now we could take Green Sun Zenith. I don't think we're going all the way up to Blightsteel. And we don't have Tinker right now. Frantic Church is good with Life from the Loam. Could just take Nissa. Yeah, I'll just take Nissa as a value play. Ooh, Memory Deluge and Emery. That's great. I think I'm actually going to take the Memory Deluge over the Emery, though. Emery's good, but you need a bunch of cheap artifacts, and we're not really there yet. We started with some early mana, but we haven't gotten a ton since then, so we'll take the card draw. And speaking of card draw, so there's a Signet and a Mindslaver, but Echo of Eons works really well with Narset. That's kind of expensive, though. Yeah, actually, yeah, we should probably just take the artifact mana. Echo of Eons is sweet, but I don't think it's actually the right play. Yeah, we'll take the Signet. Like I said earlier, super important to have a critical mass of early mana. And we don't have a ton right now, but we're getting it as we speak. We could take Augur of Autumn here or the Reality Chip. I don't think we're playing Assassin's Trophy at this point. Don't think we're playing Smokestack. Let's take the Augur. We are getting to the point where our creature count is dangerously high for the Narset, though. So we'll see. We could cut the Thragtusk. Some of them aren't super essential. Hoping to get more artifact mana in pack 3 and also cantrips. We don't have. We have a couple blue cards, not too much. One option is just not even play blue and play mono green, but I would like to play blue if possible. We don't have great blue fixing, but this deck is pretty weak without card draw, and all our card draw is blue. Okay, here we're going to take Dark Depths. Speculatively, there's a world where we find Thespian Stage. I guess we'll take Duretti speculatively. Probably not playing it, though. Maelstrom Pulse. Blightsteel came around. That's pretty good. That's a card we might play. Okay, Oath is interesting. We can sideboard out all these, or in some creature matchups, we could just play Oath, and hitting Llanowar Elves is fine. But we could also potentially side out our cheap creatures, and just have the big boys in some matchups. Okay, great pack. We got a Mox, so we will take that. Ragavan's good. Remand is good. Sakura Tribuilder would be good for this deck. Spar's Headquarters, but pretty easy Mox. That's excellent. And now we must decide between Jace, Spell Pierce, and Coercive Portal. And, oh wait, actually, let's take Grim Monolith. Yeah, I think we definitely want Grim Monolith here. This enables really quick Karns. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly the kind of thing that this deck wants. This is still a little bit away from greatness. Best thing we could get would be Channel, certainly. This is a very, very good Channel deck. Oko would also obviously be good. Tolarian Academy would be pretty good. And then I wouldn't mind an Ugin. We don't have a big payoff that deals with the board that effectively. Karn deals with individual threats. Sunring Titan deals with lands. Blightsteel Colossus kills the opponent. But we don't have Ugin or Oblivion Stone or a big payoff for having a bunch of mana that sweeps the board. That would be a really nice addition. All right, great pack for us here. Dimir Signet's strong, but I think we just want to take the Jace. We just picked up a bit of mana. We have 9 accelerants now. I want more, and I would take Signet over Portend or an average card, but Jace the Mind Sculptor is far from average. This card is really, really strong, especially if you ramp into it on turn 2 or 3. Now we have Force of Will, Unlicensed Hearse. Marsh Flats does not help us, unfortunately, nor does Duress. But we don't really have enough blue cards for the Force. Could take Eureka. Could take Horizon Canopy. Could take Elder Gargaroth. I think I like taking the Gargaroth and trying to wheel Eureka. Yeah, let's do that. I like Force of Will, but it's not great when you're so light on blue. Elder Gargaroth is a nice payoff. Ooh, there we go. There we go. Other good cards in this pack, too. I would love a Golos. Actually, Golos isn't that good here. Ancestral Vision would be good. And Golos would be fine. But obviously, taking Channel, this is a really, really good Channel deck. And now we can take Shelldock Isle. All the green stuff here is good. But we're going to take the Isle. We might wheel some of the green. And also, this is a really good Shelldock Isle deck. This card is at its best in decks like this that are playing huge things. If you're just playing like blue-white tempo and putting into play like Flicker Wisp, that's fine. But just like instant speed, end of turn, Blightsteel Colossus is completely game-ending. All right, this deck is really coming together now. Let's cut some of the random stuff. We have a game plan. We want to be high on spells for Narset. Drag Tusk, I think, can start on the board. But this deck is looking really sweet. Okay, there's an Elvish Reclaimer. Not really the kind of thing that we're doing. We don't have... I guess we can get Shelldock Isle, but that's kind of weak. Lion's Eye Diamond doesn't help us. Tovlar's Huntmaster is an okay piece of top end. Kuldotha Forge Master could be good, but we don't really have enough artifacts for that. I think I'm just going to take Tovlar's Huntmaster for matchups where we want more top end. Heh. Well, there's the Triome, so the Sultai is an option. Could take Raphellos, but it's a little bit hard to cast. Treachery, I think Treachery is a pick. Balance is also would be good if we could cast it, but I think like we already have a lot of card draw now with Narset, Jace, Memory Deluge, and I think Treachery is like we have no removal for creatures, and this is effectively removal. So I think that's the pick. But this is a great pack. I would if I could just take this whole pack and then have that be the end of the draft, I would do so. Okay, there's a blue-green land. That's pretty nice. Sakura Tri-Builder is good too, but at this point, I think I'm going to take the fixing. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm not too worried about getting enough playables. We have stuff on the board that we can play if we need to, and we have pretty bad fixing. Ooh, okay. Spell Pierce, Jace, and Corsive Portal are all really good. What is the best? Probably Spell Pierce. We have no counter magic whatsoever. And we already have a decent amount of card draw. It's kind of close. But yeah, I'll take the Spell Pierce. Ooh, Dimir Signet Wheel. That's excellent. Then we get the Eureka. Great sideboard card. None of this helps us. Tireless Tracker. We might play that. And last pick, Lion's Eye Diamond. Okay, this deck is looking really sweet. I think we might just run it like this. Blightsteel Colossus in the main is kind of risky. It's good with Channel, but that's kind of it. It's going to be hard to ramp into it with Thran Dynamo type stuff because 12 mana is a ton, so maybe we cut that. But now we're kind of light on top end. But I guess if we have card draw to find it, that should be fine. Actually, no. I want one more piece of top end. Could be Blightsteel, but it could also just be Tovlar's Huntmaster. Kind of close. I guess we have pretty good card draw to find the channel. All right, I'll run the Blightsteel in the main. It's close, but I think it's worth it. So this gives us 6, 7, 8 green, 9 blue. I think we want a little bit more green because we have these accelerants plus channel. And we'll run it like this. Is this... I can't decide on this Blightsteel. It's pretty greedy, but I'm a greedy guy. Let's do it. We're playing Karn Tribal. It's going to be sweet. We're going to have channel on turn 1 every single game. See you in round 1. All right, we have our opponent for round 1. Whoa. We are on the draw against Tarsmedic Viz. I don't really know what their name is, but we have quite a hand. 5 lands and 2 Karns. Oh, wait, did I put my face on the top? Yes, nice. This is pretty slow. Yeah, I think we can do better. All right, I'll keep this hand. It's very unfortunate that we don't have an untapped land. Let's put Sundering Titan to the bottom. If we had an untapped land, we could play turn 2 Karn. Now we're going to have to wait till turn 3 probably, but we could also just draw... I guess we would need 2 untapped lands. So yeah, probably not going to be like a really broken game, but still, quick Karn with a Treachery backup is a strong start. Second Karn, not exactly what I had in mind. Hoping to draw land, of course. We don't draw the land. I'm going to play Signet this turn. I don't want to jam the Monolith and have them kill it. Next turn, if we don't draw land, we can play Monolith into Little Karn. And that would be pretty good. But they're probably going to make a play this turn. Oh, if it's just Elvish Mystic, that's fine. This is fine. Land, yes. So we could play Karn Liberated and set up, or we could play Thran Dynamo and set up for Karn Liberated. I think that's probably a bit better than just playing Karn Sign of Urza. So let's do this. Wait a second. We can play Little Karn now and still play Big Karn next turn. That seems worth it. So let's play this and we're going to plus. This has Menace, so even if we make a big blocker, they can attack it. Spell Pierce and Boros Signet, okay. So next turn we have exactly 7 mana, so we can play Big Karn. And we'll decide between taking out their Sedgemoor Witch and going upstairs. If they play a card here that we don't care that much about, I'll just take their last card out of their hand. Deranged Hermit. Okay, that's pretty bad. That can pressure the Karn really well. Yeah, that was honestly one of the worst possible things for them to play, because even if we hit the land for Treachery, that doesn't help us. Let's plus this again. So we have 7 mana. This is pretty awkward. The Deranged Hermit is very good against us. We could play a couple chump blockers. I don't think playing Karn is very effective. They can just kill it. Yeah, I'm just going to develop the board a little bit, but this is looking pretty bad. I think we're going to lose even though we had a pretty good start. Deranged Hermit is just very good against our board. And now you're seeing what I was talking about with really wanting to have Ugin type cards in our deck. Like, we have tons of mana now. We can play these really expensive cards, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, they'd sack the Deranged Hermit. That's great news for us. Now Karn could actually be a real threat. We'll see what their last card is, though, or what their next play is. Vraska. Okay, that's fine. They take out our Grim Monolith. I don't care about that at all. We can kill the Vraska with our Thieving Skydiver if we want. We'll see what they attack here. If they just send everything at Karn, they're going to kill our Karn either way. So I'll probably just let that happen. If they just send their squirrels, we can block with both of our creatures and keep our Karn alive. Okay, this seems like the worst of all possible attacks, because we get to keep our Karn alive and kill their Vraska and keep our Thieving Skydiver. Keep plussing, keep digging through our deck. They're going to give us the forest here. We can play Island. And now, do we have enough mana to play Treachery into Karn? Treachery costs 2, because we can only untap 3 lands. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana, so that should be exactly enough. Treachery or Sedgemoor Witch. You have to pay 3 life, but that's not a problem. Weird delay here. I don't know why this is lagging. Sorry about that. But then we can play our Karn, go upstairs, so it'll go... Oh, what? Come on. That's so annoying. This is the second time this happened kind of recently. There's some weird error, and so then they, like, replay the game, essentially. But then it's just going to say it's going to restart the game, unless this just works. So we're trying to untap... You know, I'm going to untap their lands, too. I think this might make it slight... Oh, that's so annoying. All right, we were going to win that game for sure, but now the game is just restarting. Very frustrating, but We'll win this game. This is a great hand. We have turn 2 Jace, so should be able to win pretty easily. I don't even know why that happened. I've seen that happen, and it's like I get it. Like one time I had Whisperwood Elemental, which manifests a creature every turn, and then it manifested a card that made it manifested Tavlar's Huntmaster, which makes it become day. But then it's like, oh, this is like face down. Does it still become day? And it's like a pretty stupid problem. The answer is obviously no, but I kind of get why the program would glitch there. But there's no possible reason to glitch when I'm just untapping 3 lands with Treachery. But noted, if we're winning a game later, we'll make sure to untap their land so that doesn't happen, because Magic Online is a pretty bad program. Let's play our turn 2 Jace. And I'm just going to start brainstorming, just trying to refill the hand. Okay. That's actually kind of sweet. We can put Blightsteel Colossus under the Shelldock Isle. And if we ever get to 20 cards in the library, basically just win. Alright, they just pass. So I'm going to brainstorm here and then Shelldock. Ooh, we could also try and channel. I still think I'm actually going to put Blightsteel under the Shelldock, though. Well, So we could either... We can hardcast Karn next turn. I think it's better to just go Shelldock the Blightsteel and hardcast Karn and not even care about the channel. And then we'll be able to get to... Yeah, if we couldn't play Karn next turn, that would be one thing. But we're going to be able to play a big threat next turn either way. So I think I'm going to put these 2 back. If I could channel this... Oh, wait. We can channel this turn. Because we have the Mox Emerald. Okay, then I think we want to do that. So Forest, Mox Emerald. And we can play both of these if we want. That would make us go down to 5 life. I think it's probably worth it, though. So see, that's 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, okay, I'll just cast the Karn first. Take out this. They just concede. Okay, so we didn't even need to play the Blightsteel. Pretty easy win there. I think we would have won the first game too, but this is fine. So they're playing some sort of like weird Sultai mid-range deck. Their deck seems kind of bad, but the card Deranged Hermit is good against us. I think this might be a good matchup for Oath, although they didn't play any creatures in the first 2 turns there. Could also bring in Tavlar's Huntmaster and Thragtusk. Okay, what I think we're going to do is bring in Oath and Tavlar's Huntmaster and cut Thieving Skydiver and 2... and maybe we just don't bring this in and just play Oath and have 3 bad hits, 1 medium hit, and then 3 good hits. Yeah, that seems reasonable. And then if we see a bunch of artifacts, we can bring Thieving Skydiver back in. But it seems good. Alright, well, we don't have any creatures in our deck, but we have a lot in our hand. Definitely a keep. Blightsteel Colossus is awkward, so hopefully we can find Jace to put it under the Shelldock. But even if we take this card out of our hand, the other 6 are so good that this is definitely a keep. I'm going to play Noble Hierarch here because this gives us the option of turn 2 Narset. Alright, what's their play? Are they killing our Hierarch? Could be Walking Ballista here. Oh, green zones for 1. Okay. Library of Alexandria. That's interesting, but I don't think we're interested in just taking a turn off to play that here. Like, we could play library and pass, and then next turn get the library going. But I think it's probably better to, well, maybe that's better. You know, actually, I will do that. It's kind of close, but it's not like we have a great to play next turn either way. We can play Tireless Tracker. Wait, well, what does it look like if we play the Tracker? We go down to 5 cards in hand, but then we draw up to 6, but we have to play the land to get back down. So, yeah, if we play Tracker, that's not going to work. We're not going to be able to get back on the library plan. So, yeah, I'm going to take a turn off here to go on library. Depending on exactly what they're doing, this could be bad. If they're playing a combo deck of some sort, we could fall behind here. But if they're trying to interact with us, it's going to be hard for them to overcome this library. Plus, we can just draw towards channel if we have library going. Okay, well, that is the worst case scenario. That even shuts down Blightsteel. We basically have no way to beat that except for Karn minus. Draw. Sundering Titan. Okay, let's play. I think I'm going to play another elf, play Shelldock, and hit the Oko for 1. Okay, so there's the channel. We have a plan. The problem is they're going to be pressuring our life total pretty quickly with this Oko. But we need to get down to 20 cards in library as soon as possible without losing too much life if possible. But again, channel doesn't even do anything really against the Oko because they can just turn our Blightsteel into an elk. Oko kind of single-handedly beats our deck. I guess we can beat it with Karns. I'm close to conceding here, though. Like, that's just how good Oko is. If they play Walking Ballista for 2 and shoot both of our elves, like, how do we win from there? I don't think we really can. I think even if we played Tireless Tracker, it would have been bad, but at least Tracker could be real pressure on the Oko. Opposition. Okay, so we're getting a better sense for their deck. I think it should be a pretty good matchup outside of their best cards. They can tap our library here, which is kind of brutal. Oh, they tap Shelldock. Okay, that's much better for us. So we'll draw a card. Tireless Tracker. And we'll go land. And I'm going to play the elf. It takes us off of library. But we can crack the clue to get back on library if we want to. Oh, they stole our Tireless Tracker. Okay. Well, now their Oko is down to 2. Still, though, I don't think we can win from this position. I guess we could just draw Karn and exile Oko, but now that they have 3 things with opposition, they can just start tapping down our stuff really quickly. All right, let's crack the clue. Wait. Okay, our opponent really misplayed here. I think we can just kill their Oko. Oh, no, we can't because this doesn't have any freaking power. Dang it. Oh, that's frustrating. All right, let's draw a card here. And then if we find Jace the Mind Sculptor, we can kill it. Memory Deluge. That's not going to do it. Although it can give us channel for next turn. But channel again is just not even good against this Oko. Let's go to combat. Send both of these at Oko. It really sucks that this Noble Hierarch doesn't have 1 power. So they block here, trade. We hit Oko down to 1. Oh, they can tap the forest, sure. So now we can go... Let's see, do we want to stay on library? I don't think so at this point. Yeah, I think we want to start making moves. So let's just play out all our things. We go signet into signet. Then we're gonna have a pretty significant advantage, a mana advantage, and we can hopefully leverage that to something. Okay, I don't know why they keep on making food. I feel like they should be making elks here. They can make a couple clues with the tireless tracker. But they only have 2 creatures to block or to tap things right now. And Sundering Titan would be pretty good against them. We could blow up 4 lands. Okay, Sower of Temptation, this is fine. So they pass. Now we'll see how they navigate this. So we're going to tap our Shelldock, and we cannot quite Memory Deluge. Oh, wait. We could play Memory Deluge, and then cycle Spar's Headquarters, and then use Shelldock Isle. Let's see, that would require 4 plus 3 plus 2 mana. That's 9. Do we have enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We do. Then we could play Sundering Titan off of the channel. Blow up 3 of their lands. But then how do we win from there? Because the Oko is just going to keep going off. All right, let's start with... Oh, wait, we don't have enough blue mana to do this. Okay, that doesn't even work then. So, we're going to have to wait 1 turn at least. We'll float a mana. Okay, they didn't really do this correctly, but it's fine with me. So now we're going to get to use all of the mana that they tried to tap us out of. So Memory Deluge. Jace is a good hit, and then the rest are bad, but we'll just take an island. Then we draw. And we can play Jace to bounce one of our things back to our hand. So let's go island, Jace, bounce tireless tracker. And then we'll hit their Oko for 1. And then they can kill our Jace, but it's going to require them to have fewer creatures to tap our lands with Oko. We have Channel next turn, so we can channel Sundering Titan plus Blightsteel. And their Oko is low enough that we might be able to overcome that. Alright, so they kill the Jace. That is definitely correct. And then they're going to tap 3 things. They're going to tap our Shelldock. Okay, Thirst for Discovery. I mean, at any point they could play Deranged Hermit, and then we're going to be in really bad shape. We need to find a Karn and take out first. Yeah, we need to. I mean, they have 2 permanents that are super problematic for us. Okay, they just got Ren in 6. Please don't put multiple bodies onto the board here. Not Deranged Hermit. Not Deranged Hermit. No. Okay, now we're dead. We can put Sundering Titan into play. I mean, basically, we have to draw Karn this turn. If we draw Karn, we can win. But it has to be exactly Karn liberated exactly right now. Because we can't beat this opposition. We have to Karn to take out the opposition. I really wish we had Ugin in our deck. All right, I'm just going to play this channel here. But you see now, Blightsteel is just horrendous here. Both opposition and Oko completely shut it down. Actually, at this point, it doesn't really matter. We're not using this. I guess if they tap now like a Signet, we can crack the food. Oh, wait, not F6. So our hope is... Oh, we drew the Karn! Oh my gosh. Wait, okay. Can we pull this off somehow? We go land. We can play Karn, exile opposition. And then play Sundering Titan and blow up a bunch of their lands. We have 4 mana, so we would have to pay 11 life. Which is a lot. But they're going to lose their Deranged Hermit probably. I guess they don't need to. We could also play Tireless Tracker as a blocker. So the question is, do we want to pay 11 life or 14 life? If we blow up 4 of their lands, they can still keep their Deranged Hermit around. Then they could... So if we play Sundering Titan and Karn and Tireless Tracker, we have 2 chump blockers. They can turn one of their things into an elk and attack us with all of the Deranged Hermit guys and the Sower and 2 foods that are now 3/3s. We block the 2 foods. We take 8, 9, 10, 11. So that would be lethal if we're paying 14 life. Of course, they might not see the line. That's possible. In fact, that might be our only out. Like, the other option is to pay 3 less life and not play Tireless Tracker, but Tireless Tracker is preventing 3 damage, so that doesn't really change anything. So I think I should play Tracker, Karn, and Sundering Titan here. Two, 3, 4, 5. Oh, terrible sequencing here. Terrible sequencing. We needed to play Karn first. Now they can tap our thing. Yeah, they can tap the Tireless Tracker now. So they actually do have lethal either way, but they might have missed it. Now it's going to be easier for them to see. Oh, wait. Oh, no, they have green mana from these guys. Okay, so we go... Green, black, blue, red. Blow up all of these lands. But they can just kill us as long as they pay the Echo for their Deranged Hermit. They did not pay the Echo. They turn our Sundering Titan into an elk, so they can't kill us this turn. They can go at Karn or us. If we'd... Ah, man, we could have had an extra blocker if we had not played the tireless tracker first. That could really come back to bite us. They just crack a clue, okay. They're just killing Karn. Alright, this is a winnable game now. We can... Although casting Blight still just... it's still not really a winnable game. Because we've found all of our top end here. There's nothing... No more top end in our deck. Playing Blightsteel doesn't do anything. So we'll play land. Send 2 creatures at Oko. This Oko is just so freaking good. Their life total is kind of low. That's worth noting. Send both at Oko. We need to just, like, fight through all these dudes. Otherwise, like, if we don't attack, it's not a great attack because they can basically clear our board. But if we don't attack, they're just going to go off and win. Okay, they block like that. Yep. We go 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hardcast a 3/3 for 12 mana. Screw you, Oko. So annoying. Custody Lich. Alright, we'll sacrifice our Llanowar Elves. Yeah, I think this one's... The ship has sailed on this one. If only we had one more... I guess we brought in Tavlar's Huntmaster and Elder Gargaroth, but... just... Oko shuts down everything. Why is this card so good? Alright. We're still going to fight the good fight. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Flashback, Memory Deluge. Oh, whoops. That was more mana than I needed to pay. We found the Elder Gargaroth, but it's not going to be enough. Land. Gargaroth. Hit Oko with both of our creatures. Okay, I think we're just dead on this backswing if they find the line. They've missed a couple lines earlier, but they probably won't miss this one. All right, so we lose game 2. It like ended up being kind of close, even though they had Oko plus Opposition plus Deranged Hermit. But they do get us. Karn Liberated plus Blightsteel Colossus plus Sundering Titan was not enough. If we had a Time Walk or something like that, that could have maybe won it for us. Go to 3. I don't think there's anything I'm not, like any random card I'm not considering here. Crack the clue. Okay. We fought hard, but couldn't quite get there. We're on the play now for game 3. I think we cut Blightsteel in the face of their Oko. And bring in Tavlar's Huntmaster. And then we don't have any ways to blow up an enchantment. Okay, we'll just run it like this. Hopefully we can just get a nice, clean turn 2 channel Karn and win that way. Yeah, I don't think there's any real sideboard cards that would help us much. Nissa is fine, but not that good. All right, on the play. Let's have something broken. All right, we don't have blue mana, or we don't have green mana for channel, but hopefully library can get us there. Once we find one green source, we can play Llanowar Elves. Like, best case scenario, we just go on your, like, library on our turn 2, and then find a green source in our top 2 cards, and play Llanowar Elves. And then turn 2, we can play Sundering Titan Karn, and that should probably win. Mana Vault. That's scary. This is very scary. Green source. Please, green source. Yes. Okay, so they have to do something pretty significant this turn. Deranged Hermit wouldn't do it. If they Vraska to kill our Llanowar Elves, it would slow us down. But this is the key turn of the game. They have to do it on turn 2. And, I mean, they have 6 mana, so they can do a lot of things. But what they do has to be better than Sundering Titan plus Karn. Sower of Temptation. Okay. That does it. Or at least it slows us down. We could still draw a forest, naturally. And they don't have that much pressure. But they could just play Oko next turn. Or opposition. Okay, if we find the green source, we're good. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Channel. Do we play all of them? That would require going down to 1. That seems a little bit greedy. Okay, we don't need to play this Karn. We can just play Sundering Titan plus Big Karn. And I think I'm going to take out Sower of Temptation here so they don't have any ways to cheese us out for damage. We could also hit their Mox Diamond and put them down to no mana sources, but I think this is fine. Alright, take out your Sower. Then pay more life. I'm going to play Thran Dynamo here just because it only takes 1 extra life. And Hardcast Sundering Titan. There we go. All right. Funny match there. I feel like normally it goes, we get crushed in 2 games, or we get crushed in 1 game and then win 2 long battles. That time we crushed them in 2 games and then lost 1 long battle. But at any rate, we were able to take it down. We're 1-0. See you in round 2. All right, we have our opponent for round 2. Playing against a knight who says knee. That's awesome. Reference to Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I think this hand is pretty bad. We have no plays in the first 2 turns, no fast mana, Blightsteel. Yeah, let's mulligan. All right, this hand I'll keep. Putting back the second Signet. Playing against mono green, okay. Best draw would be a Mox, Assault Monolith. Not bad, actually. That gives us a turn 4 Karn, which can just win on its own in some games. Like, they might just throw their whole hand on the board with a bunch of mana and then have 1 card left in hand that finds them Craterhoof, and then we just play Karn and plus, and they have nothing. Alternatively, they could just have a slow draw where they just, like, hit us for 1 on turn 2. That would be good, too. Thank you! Alright, Urza's Saga Mana Crypt. So it looks like it's going to be the fast kind of game. Well, not looking great. Play our Signet and pass. But they're going to make a bunch of dudes and draw a bunch of cards. Interesting. They don't attack with the elf. Hmm. Oh, geez. Okay, well, back-to-back deranged hermit decks. I think that we can't win even if we draw channel. Actually, we can't cast channel. I mean, yeah, there's no way we can win. We can just go to game 2 here. So, mono green, really broken. Mana Crypt is just obscene in these decks. Their deck seems very strong. Do we want to make any changes here? I think Oath of Druids is good, but I do want the Thieving Skydiver because they're playing the Mana Crypt. I think we're just going to run it back for game 1 and then game 2 on the draw. And if we see, or game 3 on the draw, we can make some adjustments as needed. Ooh, man. Ah, this hand is so close. We have no green mana. If we could just play Sundering Titan, we're good. I think it's a mulligan, though, honestly. We don't have that many lands. We have no plays we can make. Yeah, I'm going to ship it. Okay, this hand is much better. Well, this hand makes a lot of mana. It's explosive. Hopefully we can find some action. But step 1 is getting the mana developed quickly. Okay, much slower start from the opponent. We'll go land, Signet, Monolith. And now we can hardcast anything that we draw other than Blightsteel. So hopefully we can find some action. We have double blue, so we can play Narset, Jace, and Memory Deluge. Urza Saga, it's fine. Still didn't carry at it. Okay, so it's really just going to come down to can we top deck something good before they can catch up to our fast start. And that was not a good draw. That is the risk of this deck. We have a lot of mana. We do have a lot of card draw too, but right now we got nothing. Let's see, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we can hardcast Blightsteel on turn 4. Not looking good, really. I mean, we have maybe like 5 draws in our deck that would be very good here, but most are just going to be more mana. Okay. Alright, I mean, we'll see here. Hardcast Blightsteel on turn 4. That's what we did. That's, we have nothing left. We just need this Blightsteel to win. If they have Counterspell, we're going to lose. Fact or Fiction, okay. Preordain is the scariest card because it can find them action. I don't really care about any of this stuff. I guess I'll put Forest with the Preordain, though. Okay. So they could have Oko. They could have a bounce spell. But otherwise, this Blightsteel is going to be pretty tough for them. They have to chump block it this turn, and then it will kill them the next turn. Well, alright. There we go. I guess I won't concede yet, but there's no way we can win. Like, I guess, so we block the Blightsteel, draw a card, and find Karn liberated. They still have the Talvar's Huntmaster, though. Counterspell on top. I mean, yeah, this is not a game we can win. Fractured Identity, way too good. Block, draw. Spell Pierce, let's go. I mean, yeah, this is not looking too good. We have one draw where we could potentially win if we hit exactly Karn liberated. All right, GG. Pretty rough one there. I mean, we did a thing. We cast Blightsteel on turn 4. That's pretty fast, but there are some answers, and they had one. So, not going to get the trophy, but I'll see you in the finals. All right. Here we are for the finals against Tombsday. We are on the play. Okay, how good is this hand? We have decent mana generation early. If we draw channel, we just win. We don't have double blue. I think we can do better than this. Okay, yeah, this hand seems better. Let's keep, put back. We can actually play a pretty quick Sundering Titan here. Turn 3 Thread Dynamo, turn 4 Sundering Titan. Yeah, we'll put back the Thieving Skydiver and plan on getting to this Sundering Titan pretty quickly. We need to draw 1 land by turn 4, and then we'll have it. Okay, that works. So we play this, pass. We are going to have to blow up some of our own lands here, but that's fine. Ooh, Phyrexian Revoker naming one of our artifacts. We can still play Thran Dynamo next turn. Let's attack. Alright, and then turn 4 Sundering Titan. Even if they, even through the Noble Hierarch thing, if they blow up one of our artifacts, that could mess us up. Kroxa. Oh, that's actually pretty good here. We need to draw a land now. Okay, there we go. Turn 4 Sundering Titan through some disruption. We blow up 2 of their lands and 1 of ours. We're out of blue sources now. But this Sundering Titan can close out the game pretty quickly if they don't kill it. They do have a lot of ways to kill artifacts, though, if they're playing black-red. So, it's definitely possible that they could deal with this. Dark Confidant, okay. Swing for 8. This whole league, if this Blightsteel was an Ugin, our deck would just be so much better. Dude, they have the Hero's Downfall. They're ready. Okay, that can kill our Sundering Titan next turn. Good draw. Okay, let's start by sending the Sundering Titan up to ready. They're probably going to block with Dark Confidant. And then we can play Karn to take out the Duretti. Oh, I forgot to say thank you, too. Sorry, opponent. But pretty easy win there. No channel needed. We just had tons of mana. Playing against black-red mid-range. Honestly, could be a kind of tough matchup. We are soft to stuff like Thoughtseize. How do we want to change the deck, if at all? Blight still seems pretty game ending, so I will keep that here. Elder Gargaroth is a bit dicey. They're probably going to have a lot of ways to kill it. So maybe we cut that for Thragtusk, which is more resilient. And then we'll try it back like this. If we see more creatures, we can bring an Oath. But I don't think we need to do that yet. Okay, good hand. We have Channel. We don't have a great payoff for it yet, but we have Memory Deluge if we find a blue source. Okay, Narset, we still need a blue source. Ooh, well. That is bad. There's a Grizzlebrand. Do they have the turn 2 Grizzlebrand? They took our Channel. That's too bad. Good draw, though. Okay, well, Narset actually kind of shuts down Grizzlebrand. It's still a huge dude, but this is pretty solid. Take the Signet. Necromancy. Oh, Liliana. That's not a problem. All right, let's minus this again. Hopefully find some action. Karn. That counts as action. So we'll go land. Karn. And we could make a dude, but that seems kind of underwhelming. So I'm going to plus and dig towards some more gas. We don't really need the Signet, so we're probably going to just be plussing Karn again. Looking for something like other Karn. Gonti, Lord of Luxury. Okay, that's fine. Sundering Titan. Good draw. We're not there yet, but we're getting close. So plus again. They'll give us the Forest. And then we could develop our mana to play Sundering Titan next turn, or play Thragtusk this turn. I think I'm actually going to play the Thragtusk this turn to pressure the Liliana and get a blocker down for their Gonti. So if they attack with Gonti, we can trade. I think I will accept that trade if they offer it. Are they mind twisting us for... No, they wouldn't be playing mind twist because they would have used their fetch land first. Jace the Mind Sculptor. That's our Jace. Ha! That's so funny. They use the Jace Brainstorm when we have Narset in play. So this goes so bad. You draw 3, but that doesn't work. And then you put 2 cards on the top of your deck. So literally, it just put your hand on top of your deck. That is really funny. We're actually still... I mean, we could lose to this Gonti. Let's plus again. I really want to find some action. There's a Tireless Tracker. So that is some action. Play Island. Swing at Liliana. And or I guess we'll swing at Jace. Yeah. And then they can accept the trade if they want to. I guess if they do this trade, they can minus Liliana to bring her back. But I think that's fine. Let's just build up our mana. Actually, that was a bad attack. I don't know. Yeah, we shouldn't have attacked there. I was thinking clearing the board would be good, but not only does that let them use Liliana, but it also lets them bounce this beast, and then we don't have any pressure on the board. Still, though, next turn we're in good shape. I think we're ahead here. Xander's Lounge is good for us. We can blow that up. So do bounce that. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. So we can play Tireless Tracker. Oh, that's annoying. So if they shut down Karn, then we can no longer play Tireless Tracker. Alright, that's too bad. We're still going to get the Sundering Titan down. Oh. Huh. Alright, shouldn't have played the Signet there, but it's fine. That's not the axis upon which this game will be won or lost. I guess if they just go bounce the Sundering Titan with Jace and Ultimate Liliana, they could definitely win. I mean, they will win this. We need to, like, Blightsteel Colossus is kind of bad against Jace. Yeah, I think we're pretty behind here. Man, I was feeling so good after the Jace thing, but not anymore. 4, 5, 6. We can't even replay Sundering Titan this turn. We can flashback Memory Deluge. But the problem is now they're just making these zombies every single turn. Yeah, we're going to lose this game, actually, despite everything. It's so bad that we don't have, like, any Ugin-type cards. We just really didn't get there with the payoffs. Sundering Titan is good, and Karn Liberated is good, but not having any other use, like, good mana sinks. Like, even Walking Ballista would be good, but Blightsteel Colossus is just terrible, and that's it. We don't really have any other payoffs, so... I mean, I'll flashback. I'm not going to concede yet, but they're making so many zombies every turn. They could just, like, pretty easily chump block Blightsteel forever. Alright, Treachery plus Karn Liberated is pretty much as good as it's going to get, but I don't know if it's good enough still. Let's go land, Treachery, one of your zombies. Then Threat Animo into Karn Liberated. And we could either exile their Jace or the Phyrexian Revoker. I think we actually need to take out the Jace, though. I want to be able to use this Karn, but it's not really going to happen here. And then if we draw Blightsteel Colossus, it's possible we could win. But I still don't even think it really is. Because they're just going to be able to put 10 power onto the board every turn. So they send 4 there. We cannot deal with that. They just send everything at Karn, okay? I actually will block here because it makes them means they get fewer zombies next turn. Okay, yeah, we'll concede here. We can blow up their lands, but that doesn't matter. Alright, so they're playing Reanimator. Gonti on Jace was good. Eureka's not good. Yeah, I think we just run it back. Doesn't seem like a great matchup, but when you're playing Channel, you can always just sneak out a win like that. Okay, good hand. We can play turn 2 Karn. I think I will play the Mox Jet on turn 1 to play around Inquisition of Kozilek. Alright, so we could minus the Karn and try and pressure them that way. But we're not going to be able to pressure them that much. Oh, it's close. So, okay, what's the minus line look like? We make it 2-2, next turn we minus again, make it 3-3, hit them for 4. That's good against Planeswalkers, but I still think I'm going to plus. And then if we don't hit anything good, then we might need to put a construct into play next turn so that we can handle a Planeswalker on turn 3. Bloodghast, okay. Alright, given this, let's make a construct so that we can block the Bloodghast. And now next turn we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can hardcast Sundering Titan. Ha! They just concede. I mean, they saw the writing on the wall. They knew we could get the Sundering Titan, so we get the 2-1. Let's pull up the deck list. Come on, Magic, what you doing? All right, there we go. So this was our blue-green channel deck, and it was pretty good. It felt like it was missing a couple pieces for being really broken. So we'll start with the mana. It was solid there. We had 2 Moxen, 3 1-drop Elves, and 4 2-mana artifacts. So between all of that, we were going to be accelerating pretty much every game. And then actually the best part of the deck felt like the Jace Karn Narset package. Just playing these card advantage planeswalkers on turns 2 or 3 was really strong. In a game where you just go like land, Mox, other artifact, or other acceleration into turn 2 4-drop. We had that a couple times and we won all of those games. So that was actually what felt the best about the deck. What felt kind of bad was the top end. Sundering Titan was okay, but it's not really enough to win on its own usually. It's like when it's already a close game, then you blow up all their lands and they can't get back into it. But if all you do is just play this and then blow up their land and then do nothing else for the rest of the game, they can chump block it for a while, rebuild, and like you'll lose. You can like lose that game for sure. Karn was good, but it was bad against decks that were going wide, and we played against 2 deranged Charmant decks with our Karn. And so it's really not that good there. This is good when you're using it to exile their second land on turn 2 with Channel, or for hitting their like sticky permanent like their own Blightsteel. But if they just have a ton of creatures on the board, taking out one thing and then being at 3 loyalty is not that good. And then Blightsteel was just honestly terrible. It didn't do a single thing for us. I guess there's one game where we could have channeled it and play, but they already conceded to the Karn. So I don't think Blightsteel helped us at all. One game we hardcast it, and then they just played Fractured Identity, which is the problem with this card. There's a lot of ways to deal with it, and if you deal with it, it doesn't help you at all. Like, if they bounce it, doesn't matter. Exile, doesn't matter. Oust, Fractured Identity, just so many ways to effectively deal with this card. So, Blightsteel was terrible. I don't know if it was incorrect to play. It still might have been right, but what would have made this deck very good is if we could replace the top end. Pretty much, or I guess if instead of these 3, we had like maybe these 2, but then Ugin and Ulamog. That would be a lot better. We get instant value out of the things. They're much harder to deal with. And then we potentially could have gotten that trophy, or at least won some of round 2. But it was a good deck. It was fun to play. This is a channel deck that I don't mind. Like, I don't really like decks that are playing channel, but like, well, I like blue-green channel a lot better than mono-green. So the games where you just like have channel on turn 2 and win are not that interesting. But the games where you have a lot of card draw, you're trying to like dig through your deck and set up your combo, that's a little bit more interesting. But I mean, that's just personal preference. I'll also note Library of Alexandria and Shelduck Isle, pretty solid, not completely game winning by any means. I think Library in particular is much better when you have interaction. This wins the game where they're trying to kill all your things. So if they're playing control with no really powerful win conditions of their own, and you have Library, you can win. But if they're playing their own proactive things, Library can be too slow a lot of the times. What you really want to do is go like Library, draw a card, land, Thought Seize You, and like take their win condition, take their combo piece, whatever. But it's still a good card, and it was helpful. Yeah, I really wish we could have won that game where they had the opposition in the Oko. That was a long one, a lot of interesting points. It's possible that we played so optimally at one point and could have won. I'm not sure. But a fun league regardless, even though we could not quite get the trophy. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.